Hi Virgo, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina and today we are doing November predictions for you. This may apply to Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest that doesn't. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at Sinfulpluto.com, and if you want to find me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. Okay? See what's going on with you, my loves. All right, Strength reverse just fell out. Okay, maybe some of you are feeling weak or lacking willpower in some way. Strength reversed. 6 of Cups. The 7 of Cups. The Moon reversed. Ace of Cups reversed, and then 2 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is Judgment. Okay, so some sort of awakening or epiphany or major realization that you might be having in November, or just having a moment like a turning point moment, if you will, or like your eyes are finally open, no longer falling into some sort of illusion. Okay, so right off the bat, what it kind of looks like to me, Virgo, is that there is some sort of issue with being weak to let something go because it's very comfortable and familiar to you, or falling back into old habits or comfortable habits, or anything that is nostalgic or familiar because the unknown makes you uncomfortable or it makes you just feel weird. Okay, Strength reverse, and then 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is like familiarity, it's the past, it's memories, it's childhood, childlike tendencies. And with the 7 of Cups right next to it, this is showing me an energy of being idealistic or falling into some sort of illusion or giving into some sort of illusion, or maybe even giving someone the benefit of the doubt or turning the cheek the other way because this person is familiar to you. Maybe this is someone that you have grown up with. Maybe you're turning your cheek the other way towards like a best friend who may have fucked you over, or who may have really hurt your feelings, or may have overstepped some sort of boundary, or maybe this is like a family member or someone that you just known for a while, someone that you're comfortable with, someone that you have a comfortable bond with, right? It kind of feels like maybe you're putting this person on a pedestal, or maybe you're putting this job on a pedestal. Maybe this job is like really familiar to you and you're turning your cheek the other way in regards to mistreatment or injustice in the workplace or whatever the case may be, because you want to because it's like familiar to you and you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. You want to think the best of them. You don't want to think that they're capable of such horrible things, or of things that are just hurtful in some sort of way. And the Strength reversed here is showing me a lack of boundaries. So maybe some of you are really struggling with maintaining or implementing boundaries with people in your life who are loved ones, or who are close to you, or who are familiar to you in some sort of way. Because of that comfortability, right? Or it could be that you just don't have the power to stand up for yourself, or you're struggling to stand up for yourself, struggling to speak up in some sort of way. And again, it's almost like if you were to stand up for yourself, then that image or that illusion would break, and you don't want that to break, if you will. You don't want to let go of that person or look at that person in a different light, or what have you. But with this Moon card reverse, it's almost like illusions are breaking. They're going to be breaking one way or another, and whether you want them to or not. And with this Ace of Cups, it kind of feels as though that might end up really disappointing you, and you don't want to feel like you wasted all of your energy, all of your emotions into this person, to this place, this situation, this job, this school, this major, whatever it is. And I think that in order to avoid feeling like you made some sort of mistake or that you wasted your time, keeping up the illusion is what makes you feel better, or is what is instantly gratifying, or is what's just easier. It's just that relief of like looking at things through rose-tinted glasses, right? But that doesn't, like, illusions are going to break one way or another, and at the end of the day, that's not going to help you in the long run, right? Because eventually that bubble is going to be burst, and you're gonna make that realization eventually. And you're gonna have to implement certain boundaries or cut someone off. And it kind of feels like the longer you ignore something, or the longer you brush things under the rug, or try to give someone the benefit of the doubt and allow them to continue violating certain boundaries, or just doing things that rub you the wrong way, or just doing things that you simply don't agree with, like the longer that you allow this to, sorry, I was looking at the window. The longer that you allow this to accumulate, I feel like the worse it'll get, or like the bigger the explosion will be, and then you'll be dealing with a bigger mess than you had to in the first place. And that might lead to needing to officially cut someone off, or needing to quit this job, or needing to, I don't know, at an extreme level, file a lawsuit or deal with some sort of injury, whatever the case may be, right? Like, I'm just throwing ideas out there. Right? Like, when it didn't have to be like that, when it could have just been putting a band-aid over a paper cut, you know, now it's just this big wound that has to be dealt with, and it's messy and it's gross, and maybe you have to like go to like the hospital or something to get it fixed, you know, like it didn't have to be this way, but there is that insistence on like, oh, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Oh, they would never do this. They're my friend. And it's like, are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, people are capable of anything. People are capable of switching up like that. How do you know? Like, and I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer or to make you doubtful, but it's more so of being aware and being discerning and being mindful of letting people walk all over you just because they're a loved one. And I can understand that, because as someone who is very connected to my loved ones, like I do have a tendency of letting people do that to me, of people that I love, you know, of overstepping certain boundaries and just like not really speaking up, whether it's because of a fear of confrontation or whatever the case may be. But it's like at the end of the day, that doesn't help me. So I have to check myself and be like, no, I don't like that they did this to me. I need to set a boundary with them, or I need to have a discussion with them, or I need to let them know and let them be aware so that this doesn't happen again, because I will end up building resentment if nothing is done. If I continue brushing things under the rug, I will be the one who is resentful, and that doesn't help me at all. I don't want to be resentful. So that's kind of what that feels like. And with this Two of Pentacles, this to me like literally reads as like brushing things under the rug, and kind of like it's almost as though like ignoring certain things but accepting others. It's like being very choosy with what you want to believe, or being very selective with what you want to pay attention to, or whatever the case may be. And like at the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily work for you. So with that being said, Virgo, I think it's really important for you in November to really implement and maintain your boundaries, and to not just let things slide or brush things under the rug just because this person is a loved one, or because this person, you know, has a bond with you in some sort of way. Because at the end of the day, like, you never know what's going to happen. You never know, like, if people are going to switch up, or if you, and also at the end of the day, like, if people see that they can take advantage of you, they will continue doing that. They will continue taking advantage of you. And if you give them an inch, they will take a mile if you allow them to. And especially if they repeatedly do that, like, they will only, that is a pattern that you are allowing. So it is advantageous for you it's advantageous for you in the long term to speak up, to implement boundaries, to have confrontations. And when I say confrontations, I just mean civil discussions about certain things that you don't like, that make you uncomfortable, or whatever the case may be, to enforce these boundaries. And if these people don't respect them, then to place distance between you and this person if you are able to, so that they don't have the opportunity to continue walking all over you. And yeah, girl. And also with that Ace of Cups of like not wanting to feel like you wasted all of this energy. I mean, you wouldn't be feeling that way if you just like faced it in the beginning rather than like letting it draw out. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's basically what the cards are showing me, is like, right, Judgment card, that realization, that epiphany, no longer being able to ignore something. The Ten of Swords, possibly a betrayal, or just knowing that things have to end even if it is painful, or like something needs to come to a close. And also with that Ten of Swords is like, you don't want to get to this point of just like letting people stab you in the back or walk all over you so many times. Like once or maybe twice, maybe 3 times should be enough. But I mean, if it takes 10 times to like reach that lesson and to realize, then I mean, by all means, whatever. But yeah, so it's like feeling betrayed, feeling exhausted, feeling tired, you know, reaching that last straw sort of moment, and then Hanged Man reverse, feeling like a victim, feeling like self-sacrifice, feeling like a martyr, like, and almost blaming other people for the circumstances, blaming them for violating your boundaries. But it's like, yo, you never reinforced them. You never did anything to change that. You didn't take any action. You were complacent. So, you know, sure, they can be to blame, but if you're going to be blaming them, and then also point the finger at yourself, because you could have done something about it as well. It's not just them. It's a two-way road here. So yes, that is what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that this helps. I hope that this resonates. I hope that you're able to get something out of this. With that being said, I will talk to you later. Also, really quick, I know that it's easier said than done. You know, to do all of this shit, I know it's easier said than done, but you can take baby steps, and you can fucking do it, all right? I know it's hard. I know it's difficult and challenging, especially if it's not something that you're used to. But you can do it. Baby steps of just like, hey, I don't like this, stop doing this, and being assertive about it, and being very like, not strict, but like no means no about it, you know what I mean? Like sticking to that. So yeah. Okay, anyways, that's it. Okay, bye.